All right, guys, what's going on? It's Dave here. We're just going to talk a little bit about the Katakuri deck profile that I posted earlier. Um, I'm going to steam through it here because we've all seen Katakuri decks, and then we're just going to go through like one, maybe two games, depending on how quick the games go. But this deck is absolutely ridiculous. It plays on curve and then like just does broken things. Uh, I'm still playing the 2K Sanji. I think this card is insane because if you go second, it gives you a turn one play. Cracker is still insane because it applies a lot of pressure, especially against aggro decks. And like if you're playing the mirror match and they make you go first and they hit this out of life, then it becomes like just a real uphill battle for them. It turns the tide like almost instantly. Searcher Pudding, got to play it. I'm only playing 3 Parasparrow because you've got more opportunities to miss, what with adding Capone Game Beige and more Sanjis to the deck, and I just don't want to miss at all. Yes, this card is insane playing it on curve, and it's a 5k swing, yada, 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 but like I just don't want to miss. Um, and it happened one too many times to me in my testing to play 4 of it, so I ended up cutting it for another vanilla. 4 10 drop mom, because if you're not playing 4 10 drop mom in this format, you are wrong. Sorry to say it. 3 Shirahoshi, because Graceful Charity is a good card in any card game that you want to play. 2 8-drop Katakuri, you could probably play more. I could probably play more of this card. To be honest, I've contemplated cutting the 7-drop Big Moms to play 1 more Katakuri and 1 more Yamato. But this card is really, really good. It gives options for not only removal, but also for like keeping yourself alive. So it is insane in that regard. 4 of the new best trigger in the game. If you see this early on, don't keep it on top. Put it at the bottom so you can live. Unless you're playing in the yellow mirror, then like you've got to actually think about whether you keep it on top or bottom. New Sanji blocker, very very good card. Very very good card. It doubles as a blocker and something that can swing. Um, if you hit out of life, it can determine a game. It's just a really good card. Charlotte Amande, this is the thing that makes the Law matchup like winnable because Law is still incredibly difficult. It's crazy that the red green Law deck, 3 formats later, is still one of the best decks, and like it's hardly changed at all since OP02. So yeah, Charlotte Amande makes that matchup like winnable. Um, Vanilla Parasparrow. My ratios for vanillas. I went with 2 6-drop and 2 5-drop or 4 5-drop, just because this one you're more likely there are more 5-drop 5k leaders in the game than there are 6k leaders in the game. So like this made sense in my head, but like Whitebeard is really hard, so it might be better in the future to like play this. But the other good thing about this, before of this and 2 of this, is that I can play this on the 5 or 6 Dawn turn. So if I go first or second on curve, whereas this I can only play going second on curve. So I think that this ratio is correct. 2 of the 9-drop. So a couple of my buddies said this was greedy, and I like agree with them, but I also think this card is insane. Most of the time you're only getting half of the effect, but on the turns where you're playing this, or on the games where you're playing this, the first part of the effect is probably going to be impactful, like incredibly impactful. So I think playing is just fine. For Randolph, he's probably my new favorite card in the deck. Not gonna hold you. Like this card is insane. 2 Brule, I talked about it in the profile, but like every time she got hit out of life, it felt great, and then just like something awful would happen to her, like something bad. So like a 3,000 world, she just get popped, or like something bad would happen. So yeah, that's why we're only at 2 with her. 2 7-drop. This card is still insane in control matchups. It doesn't really come up in aggro matchups because most of the time you're trying to starve them until you can kill them, so they're okay with just critting themselves. But in control matchups, they really do like consider. They have to consider critting or giving you a life. And it's an AK body, and AK bodies are never bad. 2 Thunderbolt still, especially with 4 Cracker in the deck. I think Thunderbolt's just going to be the yellow event of choice for a while in Katakuri specifically. So yeah, all right, that's the deck. Let's try and find a couple games. Let's see, Law, looking for mirror. Don't want to play the Law mirror, not at all. I love Cake too. All right, Isho. I like this leader a lot, and I hope, in all honesty, oh, I'm playing a different deck. Oops, sorry, my bad. All right, I was playing around with that leader earlier. I'll make a video on that if you guys want to see it as well. The mirror match. Ugh. All right, we'll go second. Cannot keep that hand. That hand's boo boo. This hand is great. This hand is insane. All right. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see how he plays it. There is a very specific way to play this mirror match. We're gonna grab the 10 drop, of course. It's very another option there was to take the 6 drop, but I think we're just gonna get to the point where the 10 drop is gonna matter. We'll see how he plays it. Let's see if he does what I think he's gonna do. Is he gonna do what I think he's gonna do? No. Okay, thank God. So a way to play this mirror match if they make you go first is to just be really aggressive with putting in the early game. You can't afford. He can't really afford to do that when I contest with a pudding, but it's fine. All right, so I'm going to look at his life. Actually, I don't want to deal with that, so we're going to put that on the bottom, and I will match your Parasparrow with my Parasparrow. Because if I keep that 10 drop on top, then I know that on the turn that I 10 drop, he's going to immediately 10 drop afterwards, which just feels bad. And honestly, don't want to have to deal with that. So if he just has Randolph, this kind of sucks. But I'm going to counter out of this swing. Because if he doesn't have Randolph and he just has Pero, then he can strap 2 up to Pero and swing 7. I don't want to take it. Oh, so he's not swinging with Pero at all. Okay, so he has played this mirror match before. Let's see. So I think, honestly, my lines of play here are to just go really aggressive. Because I don't have anything else to do. Actually, I can play this to dig, but I think it's just better for me to do that. Do I care about losing a Parasparrow if I'm replacing it? I don't think so. Yeah, so well, hold on. So I can do that, and then swing for 8, so I can go 6, 8. That feels better than going 5, 9, I think. Yeah, we're gonna go 6, 8, and then play Pero. Oh, I dumped a 2K on that. That's interesting. All right, let's look at his top life. I don't mind you having that. I would much rather you have that than a 10 drop. And then we'll just play a Pero. So I am doing this knowing full damn well that he's probably going to kill it with Randolph. Like, honestly, if I was in issues, I would just go ahead and get it out of the way. But he might swing Pero into it. Oh, is he just going in my face? He's just going for my throat. Bold move, Cotton. Sure. No trigger. That kind of sucks. Let's see. So he has 7. I have 7. Interesting that he went for my face there. Maybe he was just not. Maybe he was hoping that I'd counter out of it. So my Parasparrow, yeah. I mean, my Parasparrow was gonna die if he swung with this anyway. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the rationale there was. Yeah, because if I get to 10 drop twice in the mirror match, I feel like it's fine. Like this, I can see this late game just being a 10 drop slugfest anyway. So yeah, I am fully aware. Fuck. So this life is not the 10 drop. That life is the 10 drop. So my plan is changing a little bit. I'm going to take this attack. Thank Christ. We'll get rid of Shirahoshi because I'm probably not going to get a chance to let it see the board. And he's got a blocker. Okay, so this is a 10 drop bomb. What I want to happen, and what would be ideal, is if I swing into this Parasparrow and he lets it die. So if I go Pero into Pero, if we get some Pero Sparrow action, and he lets his die. Okay, so now I can threaten Randolph. Leave the mom there. Okay, so he gets Katakuri. He might end up putting his Sanji on the bottom, which is tough, but like, it is what it is. And do I think I can deal with Randolph? Because if I think I can deal with Randolph, then I don't go after it, and I don't think I go after it anyway. Because I honestly don't want to have to deal with his 10 drop bombs. So I am going to do that and look at my top life. We'll place that on top because that's better on top. See what he does. I hope he takes it. Okay, good. That's unfortunate. But now he gets to choose whether to give me a life or crit. Okay, so he's got a suspicion that I don't want him to have that card if he's thinking ahead, like I hope he is. Now the most ideal thing that can happen is he swings with this first to try and set this on the bottom, and then I get Cracker. Uh, he swings 7 with Randolph first. I think he uses Randolph to try and kill Sparrow, to be honest. Um, but yeah, so his first 2 lives were Pero and then that. So he is just going in my face, which is unfortunate. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. I think I just have to take this swing, unfortunately. Yeah, we're just going to take it. Another blocker. We love to see it. We'll get rid of Cracker for that. Yeah, we're going to... Starting soon, we are just going to have the 10-drop Slugfest. Which is fine. Like, it is what it is. I'm actually going to block this swing because I want this Cracker to stay right here. Because this Cracker could be the determining factor for the game. Okay, so he's going to do that. Where's he going to put what? So he's putting my system. That's an interesting play. I don't like disagree with it, but like it's fine. Swing with his blocker. That one's very interesting, actually. I am going to counter out of that for sure. Yeah, there's a 100% chance that I counter out of that. Alrighty, so we swing at the Sanji because I want Sanji to die. We swing at the Sanji because we want Sanji to die, and then we let the 10-drop slugfest begin. Here we go. Yep, called that shit. So, something cool can happen. So he's gonna swing out. Because this I'm pretty sure is still the Cracker. I'm going to, because he's got a blocker, I might be trying to bait him into swinging at me. We're going to not block, and we're going to take it, and I'm going to trigger. We're going to get rid of Amande for Cracker. Now, if he swings again and hits me, then I think I'm going to go for game next turn. So he's not going to swing at me. That's fine. I'm actually going to let this Sparrow die, though. Because we're going to just 10-drop again? Maybe? Why not? That's what this deck does, right? Just 10-drop after 10-drop. So if he's smart, he won't swing at my throat. But if he swings at my throat, then I'm going to try to kill him next turn. Because even with crap, yeah. So he was smart. He did what he was supposed to do. You definitely don't go after me, after my life there, because I'm threatening Cracker. And Cracker is probably going to be the determining factor in this match. But the Sanji is definitely going to die. Yeah, we've entered 10-drop Slugfest territory. Yeah, and I know for a fact that I'm pretty sure this life is unknown because he got it from this 10-drop. This life is the 2K? Actually, no, I just lost track of what his life is. Not gonna hold you. But I will put him on Better Habit. Actually, no. I don't think I can. I can swing the leader and it's fine. Because I think that's just a 2K. Yeah, I swing the leader and it's fine. Okay. Yeah. If I swing with this, he gets to kill it, which will suck, but like, it kind of eats an attack. Yeah, so I'm going to swing with this, because if he attacks it, I just let it die, and it kind of blocks an attack that would have went to my life. Yeah, and I still get a card out of his hand. So I think, because he can go for game here, which is interesting. But I don't think he goes for game here. I think if he's got another 10-drop, he just plays another 10-drop. That'd make it easy. But if he doesn't have another 10-drop, he does not have another 10-drop. That's really good for me. So yeah, he's trying to math me out, which is fine because I have 12k worth of counter in my hand. Like I can get up to 13. So I can counter out of any of his swings. So I can just see what I'm hitting. Oh man, that could be the swing. This could be the swing that determines the game. Since he's not 10 dropping me, I'm gonna get rid of my third 10 drop for the Parasparrow. I think that's correct. And we're gonna see if he goes after me or my dudes. So he does go after me. Uh, let's see. If he plays 7 drop, it's kind of awkward. But 7 drop, I just give him the life. Yeah, so I think I see what this is too. Actually, can you math me out? 7, 13. I can get it to exactly 13. That's not a counter card. I can counter out of 12. I can counter out of. Or sorry, I can counter out of 12. I can't counter out of 13. So I can counter out of either of these. There is no math. There is no math that gets him out of this. That wins him the game. Yeah, there is no math. It's impossible. It's very impossible now. Yeah, I just had insane triggers. I mean, that's kind of what this mirror match is. I got to go second. I got to play a mom. He played a mom in response to my mom, but then I got to play another mom, and he didn't get to play another mom. My triggers were also insane. His were okay, but they weren't as good as mine, to be honest. So that's just like how this mirror match goes. So he'll if he doesn't swing, also fine. I still math him out. I just have enough attacks. Um, but he should absolutely swing to just try and like to just try. Oh, that's an interesting play. Too bad it's two or less. I honestly, I might have tried the same shit just because, like, I know what he's doing, but it's fine. He's leaving his life on the top. I can take the hit, but I won't. I'll just do that. It's fine, and then I'll take the mom hit, and it's okay because like I just have enough attacks. Yeah, he just concedes. Good game to my opponent. I just had better life. Like it, I kind of would want to see what this was, because like beige matters a little bit, but honestly, no, beige doesn't even matter there because like I just go 7, or no, I go 7 with Cracker first, and I go 7 Parasparrow, 7 with Katakuri, and then 12/12. With 2 cards in hand, yeah, there's just no way I could maybe clear his board and kill him for the BM, but yeah. So yeah, this deck is ridiculous. Definitely, I wouldn't say contender for best deck of OP04 because I don't think it is, um, but it is one of, if not the most consistent. And definitely, if it high rolls, then it's incredibly hard, borderline, damn near impossible to beat if it high rolls out of life, kind of like I just did. But yeah, this card's ridiculous. I think me and my friends have talked about it. Pretty sure it's going to get the 9 beard treatment. It's going to get limited to 1 because there are some matchups where if you stick like 1 or 2 of these, that the game is just over on the spot. Like if you stick 1, the game is like 50% over. Your opponent still has a chance on the crackback, but it's got to be on the crackback turn. Like the game can't go any longer than that. If you stick 2 of them, the game is like 80% over in your favor. And if you somehow wildly manage to stick 3 of them, which I probably could have done in the game that we just watched, then the game is like 100% over. Like there's no recovery from that. So yeah, play this deck if you so wish. People will be annoyed at it, but like it's just a good and it's a good deck that rewards decent gameplay. Like you don't have to think too hard, but you do still have to make your decisions, and you just get the luxury of playing bombs like the Yamato, the 10 drop, 8 drop, and 7 drop. Like your bombs are just better than most other bombs in the game. So yeah, thanks guys.